Oh my god. Okay, so this is how far we get before we have to run back to the Pokemon Center for those playing the home game.
Now, obviously we have found a hole in our team. Apparently we are weak against flying types.
At the moment.
At the moment.
Well, we're not necessarily weak against flying types. I do have Pikachu, it's just, it was low on health, so I switched it out, remember.
This is true. But also keep in mind that most Pikachus tend to have a low defense, which, against flying type, if it's a strong enough flying type move, it might do some heavy damage anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, everybody's getting 51 experience. Except Bulbasaur, who
unfortunately
met the wrong side of a peck. See, if you really want to think of it this way, it's kind of like Bulbasaur looked down the wrong end of the flamethrower. Except it was a peck instead of a flamethrower. Oh well, you get the analogy. And again, I'm relying on my highest level Pokemon only because it has the most health out of the group at the moment. Alright, so we beat her, and we win the money, but you know what we do? We run back to town like there's no tomorrow.
Screaming, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die.
Mommy, make the bad men go away. Alright. We heal, and now we should be good to take on the rest of the bridge. Let's make sure, 14, 14, 14, 15. Actually, I saw something when I put him out. I'm going to put Bulbasaur at the head. You know why? Because he is 13 experience points off his next level. So, no matter whether or not I switch him out first turn, if he can survive or not, but as long as he survives this battle, he levels up. Number 5, he's going to stomp me.
And he has just this one Pokemon.
A Manti!
So this shouldn't be too bad for Bulbasaur.
Not too bad for Bulbasaur, except where the Manti is level 18. Which, it's a good thing that his fighting moves aren't... Oh, he evaded. That's one of the weird things as well, I should say, about Pokemon. The only attack I've ever seen that can be evaded is Leech Seed. All the others, either it doesn't affect them or it missed, but I've only ever seen it was evaded used in terms of Leech Seed.
Yeah, Pokemon has a lot of strange little inconsistencies.
Yes, we'll go with that.
Inconsistencies, quirks. Quirk sounds better, I suppose, for Pokemon's sake, but the more you play, the more of them you tend to find. And it looks like it's a good time to swap Bulbasaur out. Maybe? Well, we'll see. And it looks like Leech Seed has pulled through. Just barely.
Miracle Seed, we should call it.
Oh!
I'm sorry.
We're probably thinking of the same thing. With Miracle Seed is a hold item that was introduced... I almost want to say Gold, but I believe maybe it was Ruby.
It was Ruby.
It was Ruby, where Miracle Seed is a hold item that ups the power of Grass-type moves. For Fire-type moves, we have Charcoal, and for Water-type moves, we have Mystic Water. Whoa,
it learns both Sleep Powder and Poison Powder right now.
And I believe it also learns Stun Spore in the same thing.
I'm not really sure I want to keep Sleep Powder, because I have Poison Powder. No, I want Sleep Powder over Poison Powder.
I typically use Sleep Powder a lot. Because Sleep Powder completely immobilizes your target.
Not only that, it'll be handy when we go on our search for the elusive Abra.
Exactly.
Because if it poisons it, it can still escape with Teleport. If we put it to sleep...
it can't do anything.
Exactly. We're going to put Mankey out front, and then we're going to go back because Bulbasaur only has 7 health, and we're going to heal again. And I know that I'm running to the Poké Center a lot, but as I said when we were still in Pewter City... playing smart in Pokemon requires having a full, healthy team. And I mean, I admitted that then, and I still admit, I used to play a strategy of how many trainers can I... Oh, I don't want to do this again. How many trainers can I bust through before I absolutely, direly need to go to the Pokemon Center? Now I've realized that that's just stupid.
And if you play a lot of Pokemon, you understand. This is how you play the game. You're going to be going to the Pokemon Center a lot. And also, think about it this way. If you're using potions, instead of going to the Pokemon Center just because you don't want to go, that's money you're wasting because you have to pay for those.
Exactly.
You do find a certain amount of them, but you're paying for that. Pokemon Center is completely free. All you have to do is walk. Exactly.
And it's very rare that you won't be able to make it to a Pokemon Center.
And then that's the situation where the potions are useful. That's what they're made for.
I can't remember who I need to put in to face off against Ekans. I don't think Mankey's a good fit, if I remember right.
I don't believe we have... Because Beedrill does not know any Bug-type moves yet.
No.
If it had...
You know what? We'll leave Mankey in and see what he can do with a Karate Chop.
Because I'm not sure... I can't remember if Bug-types go against poisons. I know they go against Dark. I'm not so sure about Poison.
Bug is actually good against Psychic.
That's right, too.
Which is interesting, because if I'm correct, and I may have this backwards, Psychic does not work at all against Dark, and Dark is super effective against Psychic.
That is correct.
Okay, I have it the right way this time. So the fact that Bug moves are super effective against both is kind of entertaining.
It seems like with the Bug-type moves, they just sort of, when they finished out the whole chart about what's super effective against what, they just sort of said, okay, what's left over, we'll throw it on Bug. Because, I don't necessarily, I suppose in a sense, if this, really dark, creepy guy is coming after me in an alley and a swarm of locusts comes by, and, I don't know, to me, Bugs wouldn't seem to be too effective against dark types, but...
Well, along that same line here, if you think about it, if there's Dark-type Pokemon, shouldn't there be Light-type Pokemon?
You would think that, but in this case, the opposite is probably closer to the Psychic.
Yeah.
But if you'll remember, there's at least one Psychic Pokemon that I can think of that is commonly used by Team Rocket, which is a dark organization. So it really doesn't make any sense. That would be Drowsy.
True. Drowsy is rather well used. Okay, so he's going to start with Machop. We're going to switch out for Pidgey. Now, Bug-type moves. One of the interesting things about Bug-type moves, there are very few Bug-type moves. Pin Missile is one of the best, actually. And it's very much like Fury Attack. It hits 2 to 5 times in a turn, but it's Bug-type. And one of the oddities about Pokemon, one of the quirks again, is one of the Pokemon that actually learns Pin Missile by its nature, not by TM, but by just leveling up, is Jolteon, the electrical evolution of Eevee. Now, to me, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Although in our last series of videos, we talked about, in this game, how Mr. Mime learns the Grass-type move, Magical Leaf.
Magical Leaf, that's something I wanted to bring up. I forgot about it, but I checked this out later, after the videos we recorded 2 days ago. I actually checked it out this morning as I was uploading, and I found out that Magical Leaf is learnable by almost every grass Pokemon in this game through breeding of some way or another.
Interesting.
So it can be bred as an egg move, but it cannot be learned through...
naturally.
Learned naturally through leveling.
Yeah, and there's no TM for it either, so it can't be that way. And we were talking about bug moves just a moment ago, and talking about Pin Missile. Another bug-type move that was, and I believe it's the most powerful, it was learned by, it's learned by Heracross. I believe it's called Megahorn.
Yes!
And, that was introduced, I believe, in Gold Silver? I can't remember if Heracross was from the beginning. I think
Heracross is from Gold Silver. Yes, we have... Oh, goodness, I pressed L. Okay, we have an Aber right off the bat. This is great. And I thought ahead and put Bulbasaur at front, so we're going to try and Sleep Powder it first. It's faster than we are. Alright, we're going to try a couple more times to catch an Abra on camera, and if we can't, we'll try off camera to catch one.
In some cases, all you can do is just throw your Pokeball and hope for the best, because your Pokeball will always be thrown before your opponent's move, whether they have no matter how fast their speed is.
That's true. Trainer moves always go before Pokemon moves.